Now then, Toddy here on the 19th of December. Apparently, this is the time, the day, when 3I Atlas, interstellar object, the third interstellar object, is closest to Earth. There's been a lot of talk online about this object. Is it a comet? Is it something else? And then we've also got a new moon and the solstice happening. So it feels quite a magical time to be alive right now. 2 days in, really, technically, on day two, and just feel like at home, in our new home in the forest. Raining today, but who cares? It's just the weather, isn't it? We've got raincoats with hoods on. Bought this coat, first new coat in probably over a decade, from a brand called Finister. They use a lot of recycled stuff, but I love it. I love it. Loving life now. It's just really nice to have the place sorted a bit, and yeah, just feeling inspired. I was going to take like a break from work, but it's always the way. This is the thing I wanted to talk about today. The kind of going forward, the work life, health, family balance. Now we don't have loads of chaos to deal with all the time. We're here for 9 months, which feels like an eternity. It really does. Very grateful. Everything just feels good. And yeah, there's not a lot of hours in the day, as many hours in the day, having a young son. There's less time. There's obviously more to do. We want to get this company going, non-conformity company going this year. We've got a 6-month budget of finances, and we can survive for 6 months. Six to nine, basically. 6 to 9. But ideally, we want to be earning enough from the company in 3 to 6 months' time. 4,000 euros a month is the figure that we need to be able to, well, to live, first of all, for our money. So we've got money coming in to pay for rent, to pay for food and diesel. We don't need much. Like 4,000 euros is the amount that you need for the Spanish digital nomad visa, which is just proves that you've got enough. You're potentially living in Spain or the Schengen zone, and you have enough money to support yourself. You're not coming without funds, so it's good for their economy, and that's why a lot of these countries are now doing it. Such a grey area. Like, it's an idea in the future is to make something that makes it really simple for people to understand what they can do, because we could technically live in France 9 months out of every 12 months now without doing anything else. All we'd have to do is go back to the UK, top up on supplies, see some people, reapply for the 6-month visa and stay for 3 months. And by that point, and your 6-month visa, you'll have another 90 days. So you've got 9 months. 9 months out of 12, about 75% last time I checked, which is most of the year. Just under technically, because 90 days isn't quite 3 months. But hey, it's thereabouts. But it would be nice to try Spain out. So yeah, going into New Year, we've got a bit of a window now to settle in a bit more and go to the markets tomorrow and just consider the best way of structuring our lives, because we've had some experimentation time with different things, and we obviously want to work, but I only want to work 3 hours a day. And I was thinking maybe I need to work more at the start of the company, but then maybe I don't, because we're going to split the working day into 3 sections. three M's. And I've talked about this a bit before, but I've expanded upon it and linking this in and want to try and explain or try and fathom out myself. This is where I'm at. How we're going to keep building many businesses without not working longer or harder. Okay, so a lot of these, all of them are online businesses to start with. We have many physical ideas and potentials for the future, but for now, we're just going to take care of the online because there's far more less work and more profit and potential in the online ideas. And again, because we want to test many of them, I've already stripped back some of the ideas that I've had over this year to prune the bush, as it were. And but that's one of our values, I would say, is testing many ideas quickly and throwing them out. If they're not validated, we're going to come up with a nice validation checklist for all other people also to follow along with. Because I hear about so many of these things in videos and books and audiobooks, and yeah, I just think a nice ordered checklist to put your idea through would be really good, beneficial. Sharing our systems, a lot of these systems that I'm talking about for the growth, like this working 3-part day, it's the 3 M's: making, building, creating, marketing, getting the message out there, making videos, growing the other channels, and then maintenance. And I've added to the maintenance and automation. So I think I'll do that that's the last part. So and here's what I'm trying to explain, because whenever I put in time blocks in time, I don't want to conform to that. Like, I have a problem with setting a time to work and then going and doing that. And then when I just always used to do this, like, used to work a lot, my mum's company, and then if I give myself a day off, that's when I get really creative and want to work on things and get excited. So learning from all of this and the way that I am, we obviously need some discipline. We need a framework, but it needs to be a flexible framework. Microphone's on. Yeah, a flexible framework. So the idea is to wake up every day, because we've got the yoga to consider as well. From the 1st of January, we're going to do a 108-day detox, health, cleanse, just super pure, super healthy, up at 5 a.m, I've decided. And then I'm going to do the marketing hour first, because that's going to probably take the most energy, the most gusto. And it's just important that one is always the consistent one that's going and is out on time, and it's like, yeah, there's things going out all of the time. Because the second one I'll do is the creation, the building. But that's getting easier as time has gone on, and things will get easier as I explain and try and loop all this to plan together. And the third one being maintenance and automation. So that one, if we've been out for the day, if we did yoga later on, I can always do that maintenance and automation in the evening time when everybody else has gone to bed. I do hope the audio is okay with the rain seems to be ramping up. So in that maintenance and automation, the maintenance part is just taking care of the business, making sure all of the accounts, the operations, the processes, the software, the billing, the invoicing, reconciling the accounts, information, meetings, everything is sorted. But what we'll also now do in that process is look at all of the processes we're doing and we've done for that day, and we'll say, right, can we put these through a 3-stage? Now I'm trying to coin a term for this as well. I don't quite know what. It's kind of like the process grinder. So if there's a process that I've done in that day, either in the marketing or the creation or in the maintenance side of things, I boil that process down. I have a spreadsheet for the processes, and then I put it through a 3-stage process. I put the process through a 3-stage process. And stage number 1 is there an existing tool or piece of software that can take this process and do it for me? If yes, great, do it. If no, go on to stage 2. Now, is there something we can use 2 pieces of software and link together with Zapier? Is there some coding we can do to bring this together to make it happen? Can we kind of string together some software and code to automate that process? If yes, great, let's do it. If not, it goes to the last and final stage 3, which is piece rate outsourcing. So we might get 80% of the way there with the automation, but we just might need a bit of a human interaction along a couple of those stages. So if that's the case, I build a team of outsourcers, which I've done before, and I'm going to be doing again, but I'm going to do it better this time, because you don't just want to be paying them per hour, or you don't want to be paying people a rate, a salary, because you just don't know what they're doing. So what you do is you go, right, this process, it's going to need 10 minutes there and 5 minutes there. Okay, so this one process takes 2 steps and it's 15 minutes. Right, the rate is $50 an hour. So it's 15 minutes. So you make a video of that process. You then have LastPass that controls the access admin, etc. And so that job then takes the 15 minutes times the 50, it's $12.50 is paid for the person that does that process, because you've worked out that that's how long it takes. So then you automate the thing, you build up a team of outsourcers, and the process with the tools and everything is working in the code, and then it comes up on a job list. So I could have a team of, say, 4, 6 outsourcers, you know, around different time zones as well. And it's basically a first come, first serve basis, baby. So as soon as that job becomes available and needs the human interaction, you can have a nice system that then the person can be like, oh, I'll do that. So they can say they're going to do it. And then they get, I guess you'll need to also then give them a certain time period to do that for you. And then, yeah, and then they get paid per the job, hence piece rate outsourcing. It's another coin I've turned, or maybe I've read it, I don't know, but that's what I'm calling it. Maybe somebody else has called it that. Maybe I came up with it. Who knows? Who knows? But it feels good, and that's like a system. So we'll put everything through there. So as the companies get bigger and there's more businesses and there's more things to do, everything will be just put through this system. So I will have just the same amount of work to do, basically. And then I guess in the future we could employ somebody as the kind of piece rate outsourcing manager. Maybe we could train an AI agent or an employee to be the piece rate employee outsourcer. So I read some articles like there's going to be the first, I mentioned yesterday, there's going to be the first $1 billion one-person business. I don't really particularly have I don't like, I mean, we want to earn $1 million a year automatically. £83,333.33 per month automatically is $1 million a year. That's the second milestone, I'd say, after $4,000 a month. Like, that's survival money. So the idea is to wake up at 5 a.m. I'll do the marketing section first for about an hour. Then I'm going to do my yoga for an hour. The moonsunfire.com app. So that's a 108-day program. We managed a few days when we started it. We managed more days. The last time we did it, we managed 21 days, which was good going. It feels amazing. So it would be, yeah, no sugar, no alcohol, just pure goodness coming in, including yoga. And thankfully, we've got an overhang outside, so we can do this outside. So we'll be breathing in this pure mountain air outside. It might be a bit cold then, but I'll just put a top on, won't I? Job done, fine. So then Emily can have her chance to do the yoga when she wakes up. And then whether we're going out or we're not, like, we've done that yoga, which is a big priority for us because it's very, very good for you. I'll have got my biggest bit of work in that will automate the videos and keep the churn for the marketing going in my freshest state when the veil is thinnest, they say. And then all I've got to do is get in my making and creation section in the morning or the afternoon. If I get it in the morning, then I can do the maintenance and automation in the afternoon and or the evening. So all I need to do is get those 3 work sessions in a day, but we can be flexible with how they work and how they fit in. Wow, that's 15 minutes. So if you've watched this far, well done.